know, in this economy, good jobs are hard to come by. People with advanced degrees and who've had years of professional experience are finding themselves unemployed due to corporate downsizing.
So, what you're saying is, someone like me who's only had a few semesters at community college would be lucky to find a job at all.
90% of business is who you know. And you know me. I'd be happy to set you up with a position at ELQ.
As long as I bring Michael with me.
I'm glad we understand each other.
Edward is a master manipulator. He had, you know, AJ jumped through hoops for years. No intention of putting him in charge of ELQ.
Yeah, Michael's nothing like AJ.
I understand, but you know how Edward works. It's going to be a matter of time before he breaks Michael down.
But Michael's a lot stronger than you think.
Look, don't get me wrong. I'm very proud of my son and what he's been able to overcome. But you know what Edward's going to do. He's going to turn Michael against me.
Okay, so would Johnny.
That's why I want Michael working at the warehouse, where we could keep an eye on him. He can be close to us, but he doesn't have to be near the ugly side of the business.
Right, but the farther away he gets from this business, the better off Michael's going to be. What Michael's been hearing for months is how we want to give him a better life.
Yeah?
As long as we're running this organization, we're not in a position to give him that.
But Edward is?
ELQ, it's a good company, It's worldwide, he could learn a lot.
Well, I'm more worried about what Edward's going to teach him.
Sonny, Michael knows that you love him, okay? He's never questioned that. And that's the difference. AJ always felt like he was a disappointment. He wasn't even worth Alan's love or Edward's respect.
You know what? I know everybody, you know, there's a lot of people that had a hand in AJ's downfall, and I'm at the top of that list. I took Michael from the Quartermaines, and I don't regret that. I'll tell you why. Because I have my own issues, but Edward, he's always angry, controlling. I didn't want that for Michael then. I don't want that for Michael now.
But Edward's not going to have the same power over Michael that he did with AJ because Michael doesn't care what the Quartermaines think. Really, what he wants is our respect. That's what Michael wants.
Well, he doesn't have to prove anything to
He
me.
feels like he does.
Well, he can do that by loading trucks at the warehouse.
Yeah, and what happens when he hears some guys talking about offloading a different kind of shipment? You think Michael's going to pass up that chance? At least with Edward, he'll be busy.
You want to know the truth? I don't want to risk Michael getting too close to Edward.
Michael has such potential, but he needs a role model, someone to steer him in the right direction.
And you think you could be that positive influence, with my help?
You certainly don't want him following in the footsteps of Corinthos, do you?
I just want Michael to be happy.
Oh? How happy do you think he would be back in Pentonville, or lying in a hospital bed fighting for his life? Because that's what the future holds for Michael if he goes into the mob. And this is your chance to save him.
You mean manipulate him?
Oh, God.
It's amazing how many people have approached me with the same offers. All, claiming to have Michael's best interest at heart. What none of you seem to understand is that I don't control Michael.
Oh, God, I've seen the way he looks at you. He's smitten with you. He won't deny you a thing. Oh, no.
Okay, but he's not a boy anymore, Mr. Quartermaine. Michael's grown into a smart, capable man who doesn't need me or anyone else making decisions for him.
Do you know that Jason was planning to be a doctor and save people's lives? Yeah. But Sonny swooped in and turned him into a killer. Now, I want something better for Michael. And coming into ELQ will guarantee him a bright, successful future.
Well, if it is such a wonderful offer, you shouldn't need my help convincing Michael.
My son Alan built this house. He gave it to his wife Monica as a wedding present.
That's very generous.
Oh, no. It was a spectacular piece of idiocy on Alan's part because he could never win another argument with Monica. All she had to do was threaten to toss him out on the street, which she did more times than I can count.
Well, I look at this as sort of the same way. Only you're using a job as leverage and Michael's the prize.
This is more than a job, dear. It's my... Born a Quartermaine, and he should have been raised a Quartermaine if his mother had used any common sense. Instead, he had to grow up with a mobster as a surrogate father.
I'm sure Carly had her reasons for letting Sonny raise Michael.
There is no good reason to bring up a child in a war zone. It's a miracle that Michael is even alive. And I don't want my great-grandson to suffer for Sonny's sins any longer.
Well, if you're hoping to try to turn Michael against Sonny, that won't happen. I mean, Michael loves his dad.
Edward wants to take care of his family, give him a good life. He just goes about it the wrong way.
You know what? Here's the thing. If I put myself in Edward's shoes and somebody took Michael from me and I couldn't have a relationship with my son for years, it would be terrible. But he still blames me that I turned you against the family.
I wasn't the person the Quartermaines needed me to be anymore. And neither is Michael.
It's not going to stop Edward from turning my son against me.
Yeah, but Sonny, Michael's old enough to know that there are two sides to every story.
Yes, yes. Okay, you know what? I did risk bringing Michael into this life because I made him a target for
right,
my
and that
enemies.
hasn't changed how he feels about you. It hasn't even stopped him from wanting to be in this business.
That's not happening.
All we
You
have
know
to
that.
do is give him some options and trust that he's going to make the right choice.
But I don't think that Edward is the best option.
Okay, it's just for a summer.
Okay, all right.
For a couple months.
Right.
I mean, maybe he might like it and decide he wants to go to college. That would be the best thing.
Well, I guess it would be better, to risk losing Michael to Edward than having him pulled into this crazy life.
Almost done?
Hey, yeah, I am now. Perfect timing. Thanks, baby.
So how was the first day?
Well, you see all these bags? I spent the entire shift moving them from this pallet all the way to this shelf.
Sounds exhausting.
Yeah, it wasn't the most fun I ever had, but, beats grading roads and doing cleanup duty at Pentonville's.
Yeah. Well, there are other options.
Well, not working for Johnny, if that's what you're worried about. I already turned him down.
I was kind of worried. A day of mindless working in your father's warehouse might be enough to send you right back to Johnny's door.
Actually, Johnny came looking for me. He made the mistake of overplaying his hand. I'm not gonna let anybody use me against my father. And my prize for loyalty, all the coffee beans I can carry. So you hungry? Want to get some dinner at Kelly's?
I'm actually still kind of full from the spread I had at the Quartermaines. Your great-grandfather invited me to tea.
What did you want?
To offer me a job.
At ELQ?
There was one condition, though.
Of course there was.
Look, your grandfather wants you to work there, too. And I guarantee he won't have you carrying anything heavier than a coffee cup.
So we're a package deal. If I say no, you don't get the job.
That pretty much sums it up.
Okay, well, I hope you told him what he can do with his offer.
The truth? I kind of felt bad for him. Edward's just a lonely old man who wants what family that's left, to be around. I can't say I blame him. He's lost a lot of people that he cares about. I'll never forget the look on his face when he thought Brenda was gone, too.
Look, Abby, I've been told my whole life what a schemer and manipulator Edward is. This offer just proves it.
It's just that, a lot of what Edward said really made sense.
Oh, Jason. Well, this is an unexpected surprise. Say, I hope you've given my plans for Michael some thought.
That's not up for me to decide.
But everybody knows he looks up to you, respects your opinion. Would a nudge in my direction be too far out of line?
Grandfather Michael's old enough to make his own decisions, and I have to respect that.
Jason, we're not talking about who Michael wants to date. This is about his future, and I can open more doors than that reprobate Corinthos, and Michael won't have to be dodging bullets.
That's up to him.
Hey, is Monica all right?
Oh, yeah, she went away to a spa for a few days. She'll be home soon. Why?
Oh, Jason only comes here for Monica's benefit. I came in, things seemed a little intense. Thought something must have happened.
Oh, no, Jason and I were just discussing your future.
Well, it's funny how you discussed your plans with everyone else but me.
Well, I just thought that if we could meet together and...
Abby tells me that you want me to work at ELQ.
Well, I won't be running things forever. And I would like to keep the company in the family. And this is an ideal way for you to learn the business and see if it's something you might be interested in one day.
I'll take the job. Okay, as long as Abby gets to work there too.